happy days. It is time for some FACEIT League. It is time for FACEIT League playoffs. We're going to get some lower bracket quarterfinals here for you. We are down to top 6 in Master Division playoffs. We'll be down to top 4 by end of day tomorrow for both regions. We'll be down to top 4 for EMEA today. One of the NA matches got rescheduled, but hey, that means I get to get both of your lower bracket quarterfinals on for that region. Got a lot of Overwatch coming up for you. Got a lot of FACEIT League playoffs coming up for you this week. We have already been through a couple rounds of games here. We started last Thursday as far as Master Division, played their opening rounds last Thursday. So we are into our second round of lower bracket matches. We have unfortunately already had to say goodbye to 2 of our teams. We do have your lower bracket quarterfinals coming for you today. This one's kind of been there's been a trio of teams between these Dreamlight, Starbits, and Ilios that we kind of been featuring on this stream here. They kind of all played right around the same time in regular season. So Ilios was able to beat those 2. And Ilios is now actually in the other side of the lower bracket. This lower bracket is dangerous. This playoffs is crazy. It feels like it's anybody's game still. Let's take a look at our bracket. Let's just start there. That is not our bracket. You son of a... Dreamlight coming off of the back of a loss to MU3. This is, I mean, they're able to take a map, but yeah, I mean, you look at very dangerous Starbits fighting their way through the lower bracket round 1 after getting 3-0'd by Ilios there in our opening round. Like you end up with these all 3, your 3rd through 5th place, all tied at 11-3. You know, the stream title and stuff, it'll say like it's your number 2 seed versus your number 5 seed, and that feels like, you know, in an 8-team bracket, that feels like quite a difference. Dreamlight should be heavily favored here. There's literally 1 game separating these, you know, 3 maps. Look at this. 36 map wins down the board for all 4 of these teams. It was 3 extra map losses. This is the only difference between 2nd place and 5th place as far as maps are concerned. Now, obviously, that resulted in an extra series win for Dreamlight. It's just incredible how paper thin the difference is here in this division between, I mean, particularly 2nd place and 5th place, and what happens to be the 2 teams facing off in this lower bracket quarterfinals. I need the Dreamlight versus Ilios in the lower bracket final. Oof. Get that revenge. Seems like neither of these teams have been able to beat Ilios. So far, I mean, right now they're going to have to get past each other. And it was in fact a map 5 banger last time these 2 met. Starbits winning control. Now we do have almost an entirely new map pool. I do believe we are still in the same meta since this match, but I think we do have an entirely new map pool. Suravasa still in. But only 4 maps carried over. Like of the entirety of the map pool from regular season into playoffs, only 4 maps stayed the same. Starbits, of course, kind of the evolved version of Team 0907. They found their new form. They've evolved into their new form. Starbits, have been around since before I have as far as FACEIT League. I've been in this league since the very beginning, since season 1. 2-time expert champions. I've been in Master Division for the entirety of 2025. That would have been since season 4, after winning the championship for season 3 and the inaugural season in expert division. I think 0907 kind of got picked apart a little bit in going into season 5. I think Starbits, they evolved into a new form off of that. They pivoted nicely, I feel like. Wasn't Reaper banned there from Starbits. Of course, we have also had Lijiang is now available in playoffs. So Master Division, Expert Division, everybody is now in playoffs. So we finally caught up. FACEIT League has finally kind of caught up with the rest of Overwatch esports. As far as compositions they're playing, what we're seeing, the rotations, how are we using the Lijiang? Are we getting, Lijiang Kiri? Are we using, long distance with it? I've seen a couple of variations with the Lijiang thus far. Are we getting a Lijiang at all? As Dreamlight here showing us central op on the Zarya and giving us the Lucio Kiri out of the gate to complement Pomatimo there on the Genji. What if I just start calling Pomatimo by the streamer tag every time?
5, 4,
You think it would change anything?
2, 1.
One day, FACEIT will have the players in order. We'll have our players in role order at the top for you, and it'll be consistent every game. One day. If they use an API, it cannot be that hard, right? It cannot be that hard. It's not something that was considered when it was built. Anyway, I digress. The D.Va composition here from Majin. I found the D.Va, I mean, just an enormous amount of value. If you can cover all angles, I mean, which is, you know, exactly what the Zarya is brought to kind of muscle down, be able to win that head-to-head at least. So you're going to result in upon centering, anchoring on the point. Yep, this is all tracking from what I'm seeing so far. An early first cap. Now this is Majin, a little misstep there, giving up that early cap, not necessary. Especially when you've got a Tracer, and you've got a D.Va, you should be able to prevent that from happening. Oh, D-Cruz push forward. Nice rotation there. We saw Central up on and D-Cruz kind of rotate towards bridge side, while Majin rotated back towards the elevators. D-Cruz able to find a good opening pick. It gets doubled down on. And that's our first fight win. Looking at a bit of a 3-2 split from Starbits. Actually, kind of a 4-1 split. IQ Mighty throwing some shots and healing back towards the point. Zypher trying to find this angle with the Soj. See anything open anything up to a distracted Dreamlight, but Kitsune Rush just thrown right at Zypher. Zypher's got to slide the hell out of there. Central up on, keeping that big old particle cannon pointed right at Majin and the rest of Starbits. But D-Cruz does get popped there on the bridge side duel. Full rotation in from Starbits. They've now gotten Majin and everybody else towards bridge side, and they're going to converge here and try to take this 5v4. It's Pomatimo staying in, anchoring. Blade now out. Yeah, it was a bit of a red herring till the end. Finds Docky as Turbo Smooth and Zypher both just vanished by the sheer aura of Pomatimo's Dragon Blade. All the while, Dreamlight have held on to this point. To this point? Objective point, whichever I was trying to say. That was a blasted, a titled, whatever. We'll go blasted, sure, why not? That sounds a little weird. That was a titled Turbo Smooth. Oh, and a solo grab on a Turbo Smooth. Majin gets DMAC trying to hold on to this 199. Dreamlight looking good from start to finish. Here to kick things off on Gardens. Only one death. There was that D-Cruz death.
Hashimoto are a massive force, with a lot more firepower than a gang of kids.
What? You think we shouldn't fight back?
I think you need to start fighting smarter.
Zypher's gonna stick in the Sojourn here. Not having near the impact we're used to out of this, you know, high octane DPS player. At least we're not opening some maps still early. Some tough angles here, but Zypher's got a good one, but Central up on the rest of Dreamlight, kind of circumventing. Push it up into White Room and take a 5v4 over Majin in the front line. Fighting two in that endeavor. So doing a good job of kind of avoiding the Soja's sightlines from, you know, Zypher trying to play along those angles. Dreamlight just staying as a core. We're gonna win that first fight and once again grab first cap. Red Eyes, thank you so much for the tier 1. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much. Huge, huge. Oh. Pomatimo with just an opening pick here. We're gonna look for the disengage. Starbits, fortunately, able to get out clean. As I say that, Zypher ate a chunky shot, but gets out of the follow-up. Is able to avoid the follow-up damage. Gets out of the disruptor shot. That's Turbo Smooth, who's kind of pressure from behind here. See if they can open up this angle. All right, starting to push in. Watch for Majin move in at the same time. Watch Rati trying to protect the back flank. 2-3 split here from Dreamlight. Keeping up on towards right room. Continuing rush. Pulls everybody together and points all their guns right at Majin. Majin's block will fade, but with the Kitsune rush up, he's going to run right back in. Oh, that misses form back. Look at he split. Oh, that is a big grab. Running right past the tank, but a sound barrier in play is able to protect him. Up on one, Majin gets the pick. And best team fight so far. First kill for Starbits here on this sub-map, and an important one. They'll get them to flip and their first percentage on this map as well. That's right, yeah. Oh, no, second kill. Oh, that was just now coming through. No, I was right. Central Upon was the first kill on this map. Right FD just died the moment I hit tab. Ooh, the Annihilation to try to fit off a point blank overclock. Now we've got Zypher with the OC to respond with. There to take up the mantle while Majin gets some heals. Keeps Dreamlight at bay. You just have Pomatimo camping on the Mega with the Dragon Blade in hand, waiting for the push-up. Has been read. Zypher playing close to the chest here. The blade goes back towards the supports. Ducky and IQ staying alive, doing a good job of keeping that blade at bay, and now finding a kill on Atomics to escort Starbits just right back into this. They've managed to steal the point from underneath as well. Pomatimo does pick off Zypher and Turbo Smooth back on the objective. But Majin... I guess, I'm not sure that they ever gave up possession at this point, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. Kind of a wash on Kitsune rushes. And this Dreamlight, do manage to fight their way towards the objective. Sending Pomatimo into that backline, picking up those 2 kills. And now we get the push on to the point. Ooh, nice little 3-piece out of Atomics. There we get the flip. My apologies, friends. Told y'all I'm tired. It was 11 hours plus the big raid just yesterday alone. Which was an amazing day. It was definitely exhausting. Double sound barriers in for final fight of this map. Oh, that is a absolutely whiffed grab. I wish I saw it and prompted that. I had to believe that they were going for Majin. Not able to lock it down. Majin now's going to build it towards an Annihilation. D-Cruz does not find anything with the overclock. And Starbits might actually be in a good spot to take us to this third map. We'll see how long this Annihilation lasts. Zypher not able to get enough done during that. But, no, and we do not get anybody on the point. Thought for a split second it was Dreamlight who had seen it. No. Dreamlight had the point presence. It's Starbits with the C9. Wait, what? We're getting a Watchpoint Gibraltar pick. Yeah, Sojourn Band there from Starbits. They had WPG. Go look up stats there from map 1. I mean, just that was the impact of D-Cruz in that one. 15 and 2, 8,500 damage, and immediately we get a Sojourn Band. This is gonna be a tough battle of the tanks. I don't feel like Starbits are giving themselves a distinct advantage here, right? I mean, I feel like Oppon is very good at kind of these traditional tanks. I mean, he's got a good Winston on him, right? So I don't know that you're really giving yourself an edge here. It's gonna be a Wuyong band out from Dreamlight. Yeah, there's only 6 deaths there for Dreamlight throughout that map, so I mean it looks pretty one-sided. Wow, we're headed into Watchpoint Gibraltar here in our own lower bracket quarters.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
Zypher out in the frame margin will both. Okay, you know, Oppin is gonna play the diva. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, is Oppin gonna play the diva or the Winston? Here it is, the diva. I really need to start making, like, I talked about it since I started doing this. I really would love to have full dossiers on, like, everybody. I can do it. It's just time. So I know exactly what's in everybody's hero pool. And then do graphics based on that. Like, how cool would that be if we had, like, you know, I could pull up a graphic. Okay, here's my idea. A graphic that shows, you know, the 6 starters, at least, or 5 starters, at least. And then kind of a little bit of team history. And do one that shows that, kind of where they came from and how a team got, you know, kind of came together. And then another one that shows their hero pools and what they're proficient with. I think you could do some really cool graphics with that stuff. I need to get more information gathered. I've always put together a full dossier for all of our teams of players. I have a lot of info on some. I have some started. Anyway, it's been a good push here thus far. Opening 90 seconds have definitely gone in Starbit's favor as we're trying to clap back here in this second map. Yo, I'm gonna hold on. Let me check. I feel like my audio level is like. Why is our audio feeling louder than usual? Oh, okay. That was just map score. Okay. I guess ours did go a little quick here on this end, didn't it? I just assumed with the time that had passed that they would have gotten more than one sub-map in, I guess is what I was thinking. Maja's able to ambush D-Crews with spite their Kitsune rush up. I appreciate the update, y'all. Guess they got a little bit of a late start over there. Wait, it also showed them. Oh, that was the 1-0 in Kings. Yes, it was a 1-0 in Kings. Yes. Yeah, I hate that. I honestly hate that. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Wait, if it's orange, it's the map score. If it's white, it's the round score. That's what it is. Oh, it gets me every time, y'all. It gets me every time. This has been a nice little speed run from Starbits. Especially considering how things went there for on map 1. Good bolo shot lands square and Oppon catches him without bubbles. And right after he had to use a beat in this endeavor as well. But they do pick up kills on the both supports. Majin cuts out another DPS. This is going to be an interesting fight here. The D-Mech, Oppon's one. Majin gets one with the baby diva. There's no way Oppon gets out of that. In a scrappy fight here in the start of points, it will go into Starbit's hands. Majin goes over into a hazard to try to finish off this map. I mean, to be fair, if it is a quick glance there on those round pages, like, you gotta admit, it's pretty confusing. Easy to misinterpret. There we go. How about that? Easy to misinterpret. All right, let's check in and turn with the pulse. Nope, not gonna hit. Considering a rush in from the defense. Zypher responds. Yeah, it was a nice disengage, actually, from Starbits. And then the late Kitsune rush. Throw back on Central Appa, and no bubbles left. The grab is just too little too late.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Kurama, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you.
Ready for battle.
I got stuck in the wall.
Five, four, three, two, one.
All right, no teleport out. Just move directly onto the point. Get across over to the high ground the old-fashioned way. Yeah, you know, very fitting for a Cowboys. D-Cruz pulls out the Cassidy here for the first time today. Well, I mean, you know, again, on this map. Not first time I'm on. Anyway. Goes back into the cast. Yeah. I told y'all I'm tired. Starbits just give up that center high ground. I wasn't really sure what prompted it. I was looking for Central Offense positioning through that. It just seemed to kind of match the rotation. I imagine, yeah, D-Cruz in trying to close the gap against Zypher. Zypher is already able to get a bowl shot into this. I mean, D-Cruz has put up a decent amount of damage in their own right here. It feels like Starbits just continually are rolling back. They're not really holding much ground. Now they've given up server as well. They don't have control of server or blue box. Giving a Kitsune rush awkwardly thrown in from the defensive Starbits. And Dreamlight able to pick up 2 kills with that. Central getting wonderful value out of their own Kitsu. And a pretty flawless attack so far out of Dreamlight. It felt almost easier than it needed to be. But my fatigue, I'm sure I'm missing something. No doubt, no doubt. See a lot of ultimates available for Dreamlight here. Kitsu's being the only thing used from either team. I misspoke. No. We did have Zypher's bowler shot that had been used. Right about for top of shuttle, kind of ends in a neutral. D-Cruz ends up backing away. They're just putting safe distance, I think, between them and Majin. You'd see Rod FD sitting with them. So if Majin wants to fly over, they could get booted off. So Majin goes from the inside, boots them off. This prompts the drop back from Central Opon. there to protect D-Cruz. A couple of good bolts land. But D-Cruz does have the combat roll and negates a lot of the damage. It does look like Starbit's doing a much better job of controlling the map here so far, but they've given him a lot of card progress. Zypher lands that bolo shot, weaves it through the defense matrix of Oppon. Sound barrier in lieu of losing their Cassidy. Now self-destruct there out of Oppon, see if they can get mech back. Daki's low, but Tomo team is forced to recall away, and the defense of Starbits will hold. Dreamlight sent packing. Speed running the inside. Majin not able to boop anybody off this time, or everybody. I mean, pretty much was everybody. Daki with the continual rush towards the mega room. Whereas we can see Dreamlight, Kitsu out of the room, onto the cart. Trying to flip this map. Starbits holding on the high ground with Majin anchoring the objective, seeing if they can just keep Dreamlight contained here long enough to get the kills. But it's Pomotimo who finds first blood in this engagement. Taking Turbo Smooth down. They're going to double blink in, grab the mega. Majin finds D-Cruz. Mighty just holding down the high ground here. Okay, there we go. Like, Mighty jumps down. Like, Mighty was up there by themselves there for a moment. Daki comes up with two here. Turbo Smooth gets fouled out. Pomotimo just cuts the anchor off the cart. You just cut the chain off. Let that boat drift on in. Oh, but not just yet. Majin there to hold it down until they can get the boat tied. This defense solidifies. The nautical jokes will stop. I'm not very nautical, so, or funny for that matter. Ball shot. Appa moves up, take control of the top of the shuttle. 35 seconds to go. Try to get to the second point on the board. Dreamlight able to win this Kitsune fight. They needed it too. Oh, I mean, it's still not done. Zypher's able to claim one, an important one on to D-Cruz at that. Does get their bowler shot denied. Oh, Majin gets caught in the self-destruct. So now it's looking far more likely that this cap comes through with a really nice shot from Zypher, but it got Suzu'd. Rod FD is still alive and skating. Well, as I say that, Zypher eventually gets the kill. But Dreamlight also gets the point. We have a minute and 30-second time bank. Obviously, Starbits 2 minutes and 50 seconds with 3 points on the board. No ults here for Starbits to try to finish this off, though. Kind of in the neutral for both sides. Caleb to go. Appreciate the follow. All right, Pomotimo playing through right room. Duking it out with Turbo Smooth at the moment. Meanwhile, we have had Majin swap to the hazard here to try to hold point safe. We saw the same swap on their attack. A little bit more front back on this point, so I can see it. I see the vision. I see the vision. Not to mention the burst damage potential in conjunction with Zypher's Freya. Upon didn't make it to the point. Card is getting away from this team. We are going to get somebody to touch Cart, right? There comes Zypher in the final second. Turbo Smooth as well. Less than 2 meters to go while Majin's trying to clean up and will not be able to find those kills in the back line. The rest of the squishies had to move up, realizing they almost gave up the C9. Actually will give up that third point. This is the kill in Turbo Smooth. Eventually comes through from Central Alpine. Hey, is that where William Dafoe lives?
Ready for battle.
Dreamlight get themselves another shot at this thing. But man, is it going to be a Herculean effort if I've ever seen one. 4 times the minutes there for Starbits. Well, damn close. Close enough. All right, no time for just the slow waltz across the prairie here. There's going to be a teleport out. Get there quick. You got 45 seconds. For Dreamlight, you're hoping you can get a quick pick or 2 fights here. Oh, and you'll get the former. Nice shots from Tomix and D-Cruz connect simultaneously. Great call out onto Zypher. Now, unable to move up without worry of that Freya. And just kind of cycle through. You force the disengage, well, the drop back from Starbits. They are going to push back up. Margin's trying to challenge. Up on down low. This is, you have Fomatimo on point. Recalls out from the take aim stick out of Zypher. Zypher puts themselves in a very aggressive position, moving into server room alongside IQ Mighty. They're going to force Central up on out of there. Clean out server. The rotation continues counterclockwise. Here from Dreamlight. Majin's trying to follow. See if they can catch up to D-Cruz. Ran into a little resistance in that small room, though. That mini's not going to be enough to save you. So D-Mech on to Majin. And a good headshot. Finds Zaki. That's 2 take aim bolts, and D-Cruz will go down. Central up on, hanging on with about 100 health at the moment. Bola shot lands from Zypher. Majin's able to get back in mech. I don't know how Majin gets back in mech. That was just an absolute miracle. Kitsune in, and I think this defense is going to hold.
Initiating match.
Man, Winton's gonna be pissed. Totally trashed his desk. Does he have books in the fridge?
1. Attackers incoming. Stop.
Once again, we're getting the cast versus the Freya. Starbit's getting some quick high ground. Dreamlight looking to server be kind of their place to make their last stand. Yeah, Pomatimo is down in the car wash right now with Central Pun just kind of ducking and dodging here. So far, so good in this 1v3, doing a good job of juggling cooldowns. Tomic's in a very safe spot. D Cruz rolls out from a take aim bolt there from Zypher. Off on with a good 8, but Majin slowly will find D Cruz. And that server room has been evacuated. It's now belongs to Starbits. They've planted their flag here. And in such a good spot. You've got wonderful sightlines right over the box of victory. Pomatimo now finds themselves alone in this endeavor to stop this 5 players march into a tied lower bracket quarterfinals. We will get a touch here at the very end. Kitsu up, though. Daki and Starbits have all the tools they need to take this one into a map 3. Deadlocked at 1 apiece as they will close out Watchpoint Gibraltar. We've got ourselves a series, friends. We're gonna get Suravasa picked out of Dreamlight heading into map 3. And I was just kind of looking back at this. This was the map that Dreamlight did so exceptionally well on to close out their map 5 in the regular season. I was wondering how long it'd take to go to Suravasa from them, and they had your backline didn't die. Oh, that was right. That's right. Rod FD did get DC'd, but that's Tomix had a hell of a map. That's right. Upon goes 24-1 there. This was a shellacking from Dreamlight previously on Suravasa. So unsurprising to see that pick here. We'll have to see what I didn't see the ban. Hopefully it won't be. We had a lot of 2 Kiri plays in a row, yeah? All right, let's go look at some stats there from map 2. Majin 32-4. They're in that Starbits victory. Zypher 27-6 there in the Freya. Do we see a Freya ban? Is that what we saw there from Dreamlight going into the Suravasa? Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me in the slightest. So Starbits banning out the Lucio. We've seen Dreamlight playing Lucio all day, right? Let's get into map 3. Oh, what? Why did my margins break? Why did my margins just suddenly break? Come on now. Horse feathers. Yeah, Verity, that's the appropriate response. That is, moans and groans are absolutely the appropriate response to the dad jokes. That is okay. That is beyond okay. Oppon pulls out the wrecking ball here. Yep. Lurking, try to catch him off guard in this opening 15 seconds. You do get the roll through. You knock IQ Mighty down. Pulling out a Wu Yong here. Do we have the bands backwards? Is it Pomatimo who would want to play the Reaper here? Versus Turbo Smooth? I'm not sure. Amsuki dub. Why does it matter? Why does my age have to do with effort? You find it very interesting how much effort you're putting in this esports. I mean, you do realize I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been a part of Path to Pro for a long time. I just want to see it, like, not die. But yeah, I am an old man. That's a conversation for another time. Hello, Thrill UK. I appreciate you being here. Oh, well. Looks like French really got held on that first point at Junkertown as we get the raid there from Ewan. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good match, my friend. Thank you so much for the raid. Zypher got taken out of that Deadeye right after finding that kill. Oh, managed to see turn on cam. All right, there we go. Oh, hey, because my margins are broken. My margins got moved, so now my cam's not even in the right spot. Well, hold on. How unlucky is that? When you still get my cam. Now I just have like a Weeyong face. Now I just need to like, hey, look. All right. I'll fix margins between maps. We're pretty much deadlocked here in our opening flashpoint. That's gonna be Lilin. Sub it in here for Suravasa, gets the title. Goes in and blasts out Zypher immediately. Kitsune rush respond though. Is there anybody enough to here to take advantage of it? I mean, you do have the response kits too. Central up on with mines, and Dreamlight still in control of this objective. Ooh, Tomix picks up a pair. Both here DPS. Tomix just like took down both DPS in 3 kunai. That was a little ridiculous. Good distance, good judging on the distance there. Yes, thank you, and I know my overlay is awesome. You kidding? I'm extraordinarily retentive. It broke literally coming into this map. It was fine in map 2, and it broke coming into Suravasa. No, it's okay. I'm sucking it up. I didn't take that as being mean. It was just my curiosity was the correlation that you were putting between age and effort. Not that I took it as an insult. Oh, God! What Tomix just got absolutely red hot here on Suravasa. My goodness. Oh yeah, my career has been an extraordinarily interesting path. I tell you what. I would not recommend emulating it in any way. Oh, Majin dies just before the Suzu lands in there. 3v4 now for Starbits. Do they want to try to invest? No, it doesn't look like it. We will get some cleanup kills as Tomix continues to find headshots. Lilin with the title blast. Looks like they had both supports cornered. Yeah, we'll end up getting the kill. I think he got the Suzu out early. Tomix comes in to help out. Follows up with a nice kill on the IQ mine. He finished what they started there with that title. And that's both your supports gone. Dreamlight in a great position to stagger out some more kills here with that precious 65% mark. And you got like 3.5 players looking to hold this point. Lillian's back. Ike Mighty hits Turbo Smooth there with the blast. Majin does eventually get picked. Not able to get back in mech. We're in OT. And yeah, Starbits just don't even really get a second fight out of this. They lose the previous fight at like 60%. And, you know, opt to try to come back in with that 3.5 I was talking about. Does not work. You don't get the EMP into the fight. This is all Dreamlight so far on Suravasa.
Next, Flashpoint Garden.
Oh, and they do get the garden spawn. My goodness, who did they bribe for these spawns? That was a brilliant spawn for Dreamlight.
In 10 seconds.
Still looking for this EMP? Nope. Never mind. Zypher gets no opportunity. Prashy, are you giving away my FACEIT points now? I appreciate you, Prashy. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here, genuinely. Kits available here from Dreamlight. They've got first cap on the third point. EMP does finally come in. You're able to get Tomix with it. So the Kitsu won't see the light of day, at least not yet. Blade flanks around to find both your supports. Oh, and the delay on the dash kill. That just looked awesome. Pumpatimo with a beautiful blade finds 3. And Starbits. I mean, one last fight. Potentially to bring this around. And to keep this map going. Otherwise, you're looking at just getting, I mean, absolutely 6-0'd out of Suravasa in their last 2 meetings here versus Dreamlight. There you go. Pumatimo position at the top. I mean, look how extended this defense is. You got 3 people off the point. It's just your 2 supports hanging back on the objective, but just in the snap of a fingers, blink of an eye, Mines and Pumatimo return to peel for this objective. Overtime has been started, but Majin is low and just facing the brunt of so much damage. Self-destruct actually might be able to get him back in. Does! Just narrowly. Keep this fight going. Oh, I think Rod FD just title jacks out of that one. What a pick there from Majin. It's exactly what they needed, but losing their own Wuyong is not what the doctor ordered for Starbits. Beautiful Lilin, 1 clip, finds Turbo Smooth. The pulse a little off the mark. Daki's able to pick up a kill. Super low on health. I don't know how Daki survived as long as they did. Eventually, Pumatimo will just melee them down, but we get a flip here. And Starbits do, in fact, keep this map going. Majin just getting in that mech by the skin of the hair of their chins. The skin of their toenails. Or what else could be impossibly thin? I don't even see how that happened. My Akimati just ends up dead. I glance down, read 1 line out of chat about the wrecking ball. Go glance back in. Akimati's just gone. Off the point. Appa is just having a field day. Just a grand old time here on the Hamster. Mine's up. Try to deny the touch. Zypher runs into the field. That's just going to be that. Dreamlight once again. 3-0 Suravasa here versus Starbits. This one giving them the 2-1 lead here in the lower bracket quarterfinals. Lars. Man, that's Suravasa pick for Dreamlight, man. That is just a magic button of a map. Volta says, I also wish Prash a happy birthday. Why do I feel like you sing it in a jazzy tone, Volta? Why do I feel like you even sing happy birthday with a jazzy spin on it? I'm just saying. Esperanca pick here out of Starbits. Where do you go with your band? Where do you go with your band? You banned out the Lucio last time. You actually banned out the Wrecking Ball. Interesting. Oppon has forced you to make a tough decision and to take the Wrecking Ball off the table. Not much else you want to attack in the back line. We've seen Starbits using, pretty much just the Lijiang carry all day. And you don't want to attack that. They already used their cast ban as well, right? I need to get that. I need to get my season 7, y'all. I'm telling you, I've got so many ideas. So many ideas for improvements. So many ideas for improvements. Let's look at some stats there for map 3. We're going to keep getting better every day. We're going to keep getting better every day. Oh, Lars, thank you so much for the sub. The tier 1. The jazzy sounds of Volta. You damn right, Lars. You damn right. Actually, you know what? It is my B-Day. Give me money. Let's go, Brashy. That's the response I'm talking about. Let's go. Thank you so much for the sub, Lars. I really, really appreciate it. I started this. Are you proud of me? Oh, there was some sort of cursing out of Brashy. Let's go look at that band. It's a Genji band, okay? And that is genuinely unexpected. You know what? Not quite as dominant as their regular season performance on Suravasa, but still quite dominant there from Dreamlight. 23-2 there from Central Oppon in the Wrecking Ball. Getting it banned out here as we head into Esperanca for map number 4. Show me some Overwatch. And I will keep the cam on for the rest of the series. It should actually line up now, too. So you have Mannix to thank for that one. I think it was Mannix who redeemed that one, right? That's what I saw. Yeah, it was Mannix.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Esperanca, one of the new maps added to the pool here for playoffs. Vasha and Starbits come out in the hazard with Lucio Curie. Oh, Pomatimo pulls out something fun and interesting with Dreamlight banning out the Genji, something that Pomatimo has had very good success with all day long. Oh, they're gonna come out with a Torbjorn. I know, I had to turn off links. It was getting abused. I had to turn them off. But hey, y'all should use my code. Y'all are gonna play in season 7, use my code. Damn it, let's do it. Let's come on, we can do it. We can have a better show. We didn't even make top 10 in code usage for season 6. I failed y'all. I need to do a better job at selling myself. I'm not a good salesman. I'm an artist, y'all. My degree is in film and animation, all right? That was the start of my career journey. We're gonna go talk about that road again. It is not in sales. Oh, Pomatimo. How did you let your little baby die like that? Oh, lucky. Electro armor, firing power to try to stop this cart from rolling around the corner. Starbit's able to get some initial progress after first fight, but the low ground hold works out for Dreamlight here in fight number 2. Ooh, Oppon with a nice ambush. Caught Zypher either without cooldowns or intercepted during the slide. Didn't see there on the left-hand side of the screen, but what an ambush. You saw Dreamlight move in there very quick-like to pounce on a vulnerable Zypher. There was a moment window of vulnerability, and they found it. Just a moment. Dreamlight will continue to stack onto their lead. With a 50% sound barrier advantage, it's going to be Dreamlight who tosses in the first Kitsu. Try to get things going, get this party started. D-Cruz with the OC. Oh, drop down to the logo. Okay, it just abandons that. We do get the push up to that high ground. Everybody from Starbits comes out of Mega Rome. Kitsu thrown down the road after the drop down and the rotation from Dreamlight. So fight on the corner, but it ends up in a bot steal. Sound Barrier engaged to get it back, but IQ Mighty has the response. Zypher's gonna have an OC into this. You gotta play around the molten core. Flora is lava. But this overclock could be nasty. Find Central up on through the bot to deny the remake. Bot still getting away from him here. Majin does have to go touch. It costs them a couple of hundred of health to do it, but they get some support and they deny the checkpoint. A very low Tomex dancing up the wall, somehow staying alive through all this. Zypher lands that railgun shot. Takes some of the sustain out of this fight. And it should be Dreamlight taking, Starbits taking TS1 for a walk back the other direction. Zypher delivers that beautiful shot. Cut Central up on through the mech. Couldn't see him. Hits him through the point. It was a nice read. Dreamlight almost even stuck away a C9 at the checkpoint at the end, but just slightly out-rotated by Starbits in that previous fight. Starbits trying to do the same thing to him now. But we have had Pomatimo swap off the Torbjorn into the Symmetra, adding another little wrinkle into this fight, namely that teleporter. So these rotations are going to be super, super important. Let's see, where's that teleporter go? That goes into window. And that's allowed you to really put a 5-player anchor on that bot. That bot is going to be very difficult to dislodge off of that corner. It's going to take investments as we get sound barriers and Kitsus thrown in. IQ Mighty's going to go down, though. Starbits will not have their own beat into this fight. And it's a big advantage for Dreamlight. One that's going to be leveraged into a couple opening picks. And that's looking to dominate into a fight win. You do trade out one here if you're Starbits, but that's going to be the only one. Right after he goes back for the taxi. Jockey, is D-Cruz behind them? Yeah, D-Cruz is in these windows. So Zypher's been forced to play off of the street over by Yellow Boss, all the way outside of this fight. And this has resulted in a bit of a flip of the map. Zypher's gonna get popped. Nice OC. Photon barrier. Keep D-Cruz alive through the ambush, or at least momentarily. Majin flies through both DPS in one swift use of cooldowns. Actually, a pair of cooldowns, but now looking to do the same to your supports. You've got Tomex low, dancing around in the corner. Tomex is able to swift step out. The Suzu down, and Majin will get DMAC'd. One does not simply just ambush Tomex.
Restoring balance. Start pushing the barricade.
Forward spawn activated.
Flying high. Speeding up.
It's a checkpoint. Precious checkpoint. Here from Dreamlight. 3.5 minutes to go. Season on the line. In this lower bracket quarterfinal. No more safety net for either team. Win or go home. Starbits trying to force a map 5. They're trying to get up to this Kitsune rush to match Tomex. They don't have it yet. Daki backing away, builds it up on the disengage. Slingshot is reared back here for Starbits. Can they land it true? Zypher with a significant advantage in the OC as well. Took a railgun shot on the slide in. Immediately has to slide right back out. Daki does eventually throw in this Kitsu. Sound barrier from FD only hit 2? Oh, that's a disastrous sound barrier. You're gonna have to self-destruct on point. The bomb gonna get you in mech? Oh, I can't believe it. Somehow Zypher does not land the shot this time. Central Weapons granted another lease on life, and the teleport gets you out of there. No. Somebody was in deep. There you go. Okay, that is D-Cruz. I was like, who is Majin looking at down there? D-Cruz tries to come in to find an angle. I mean, it ends up paying for that very ambitious rotation, I guess you could call it, swing. D-Cruz returns once again. Oh, almost dropped down. You know D-Cruz is just thinking about the drop down with that OC. The photon barrier comes in just a moment too soon, I think. If you wait a half second longer, I bet you catch D-Cruz in a very vulnerable spot. Now we get the overclock. Great touch-ups with their own. There you go. There you go, Puma Team. That's what you get. Good shot. Good shot. Turbo Smooth is dropped. Buck 30 left on the clock as Dreamlight take control of the bot. Here, Tomex providing all the protection they can. Hey, it's enough to find a couple of trades. So they just dropped the bot off at the checkpoint. Tomex swift steps up. I think they've got enough reinforcements here. They're going to go ahead and move down. They're not going to hold wall, but try to push out into the street with Yellow Bus. 60 seconds to go. Mighty with the brink swap. This feels like a comfort pick here for Starbits and Mighty. And I can see it all, trying to play on this corner. Be a very powerful spot for a break. You've got the Kitsu in play, but a good disengage. Tomex doesn't even spend. Dreamlight just back away. So now it's up to Zypher. Starbits, their entire season rests on the shoulders of Zypher and this overclock. Teleport to the high ground to get Zypher in a better position. The OC is popped. Headshot lands, but D-Cruz is able to slide back behind cover. Pomatimo charge to the heavens. Turbo Smooth trying to melt down the front line. You gotta get somebody on this point. This bot's running away. You do get a touch. I'm not even sure who got the touch. Self-destruct on the point. Yeah, it had to be Majin who even gets the touch here. But sound barrier, photon barrier, everything in play. Dreamlight, claim Esperanca, and will win your lower bracket quarterfinals. Move on to top 4. Some stats there for our 4th and final map. Starbits try to go Esperanca. They banned the ball out from Opon after that Suravasa. And Opon, man, I mean, just tore him up in the Diva. 23-1. And Dreamlight even ban out their own. Ban out their own flex DPS essentially. They just take the Genji off the table entirely. One of the things that I think Diva might could struggle against. There, you put a lot of power into Opon with that ban, and Opon delivers. 23-1. Pomatimo with 11k damage, but it's Zypher who actually takes gold damage in the lobby, despite not really having the kills to back it up. Congrats to Dreamlight. They will move on. Let's see. Move on to take on Arius. They'll get their, oops, that is not the right region. They will get their rematch against Arius on Wednesday in those lower bracket semifinals. Opon's got to be your player of the match here today. Just an exceptional performance all the way around. I felt like every map, Opon was looking like most Elim's fused deaths for the most part. I mean, Pomatimo did have that 14-0 start. What a dominant start. Well, it was really once we got into Suravasa. You went into the Wrecking Ball, you show us that Wrecking Ball, and you go back into that Diva. Central Opon ends up, what was that, 46-3 between your final 2 maps. Big congrats to Dreamlight.